which has been hard because we're so used to like Hello guys, welcome back to a new channel. My name is Kathy. If you didn't already know me, there is a link down below where you can subscribe. So let's get started with this video. So today I want to share with you guys some things that me and my family have been doing and trying to do in order to reduce our waste that we are producing and just be able to help the environment a little more, you know. So some of the things that we have been doing is we have tried to not use plastic bags when we go out. So what we do is we try to keep one of these bad boys, which is a reusable bag, in our cars. At least, well, I usually try to carry one in my car because I don't do a lot of shopping. And my parents are trying to get into the rhythm of carrying 3 or 4 since they do a little more shopping. And try, or at least like when we go to the store and we do forget them, like try not to get like plastic bags and just like carry those things out in like a shopping cart and just put them into the car like that, instead of grabbing bags and putting all of that into the bags. And I think that sometimes that's really hard because we want like bags to carry like certain stuff, like small stuff. There's like a lot of little stuff, you know, but like shopping carts definitely do help if you do end up forgetting your bags at home, you know. Also, okay, so my parents really enforce on me that I drink water, but I always forget. So what they did is they bought me a hydro flask, which is basically a water bottle. Aluminum. Okay. Anyways, it's a water bottle that basically you refill instead of that, to avoid plastic water bottles. And I think sometimes now I've gotten used to carrying all around, but sometimes I do forget. So I try like not to get water bottles though. So I try to at least have I know like sometimes I forget this one, so I have like another one in the car, so like when I do forget it, like there's that extra one that I have like kind of like backup if I do forget this one. Or else I just say another thing that I have really enjoyed is planting a garden. My parents decided to plant a garden, and they decided bell peppers, tomatoes, I'm trying to think, watermelons, strawberries, beans, lemon, lime, what else? Oh, we currently have an orange. My dad has really been trying to regrow because the fruit on there, it was probably like the tree wasn't watered before, so it looks like the fruit is very dry, so we can't really use that fruit to eat it. It is oranges, so the oranges that are on there, they're very stale and they're very hard, so we can't really use them for anything. So what my dad decided to do is take those oranges that are on there and like peel them off, you know, and use that into like compost in order to help that tree grow and to help one of the lemon trees that was already here in order to grow. So that leads me to my next point. Okay, so we are currently working on composting. Okay, so what composting is, if you don't know, is basically you put you put some worms in, you put eggshells, any like the little stem, like let's say you use a tomato and like it goes bad, you put that in there. If you use an onion and like you forget to use it, you can put that in there too. And then you put some worms in there in order for it to like, they eat all of the bad stuff, and then comes out is basically the good soil that you can use in order to basically fertilize the plants that you have already grown. For example, in our case, that would be like the tomatoes or the lemon tree. Like, we can see the difference between the tomatoes that we grow at home and like the tomatoes that we would buy at the store. So then how we water those plants is a really interesting way, because we try to like collect the water from like when we're waiting for the shower to get colder, or when we're waiting to the shower to get hotter. Like we use that water. We usually have like a bucket in the shower in order to like be able to collect the water that we're waiting for. And that's the water that we use in order to like water our plants and water anything in our garden, or when we wash our dishes. What like one big sink, but it's divided into two. So what we normally do is like we try to like have a little bit of water in order to like be a sponge, and then like add the dish soap, and then like we try to like put all of like we like scrub all of the dishes and we put it on the other side. And once all of that is filled, like we have a container kind of like collecting the water as we're rinsing them, so then like we're not wasting that water. And that water, since we do use soap that is like that is biodegradable, so like it's not bad for the environment, so we do use that soap, and we collect the water from like the soap and stuff in order to also water our plants. So that's how like we water our plants. So another thing with water, since we at home we do have washer and dryer, what we try to do is we try to wash at least when we have a big amount of like dirty clothes, in order for us to be able to do like a big wash and not for the water to go on waste. So since right now we are in the summer where we live, we try not to use the dryer because it does get super hot. So what we do with that is we hang our clothes outside. We have my dad put up like these ropes like going across from like our backyard to like a tree, and that's where we use in order to dry our clothes. And like the clothes feel so smooth after. The towels, they get like hard, but like they're so soft, like the ones that like were in the dryer and like the ones that we did hang outside. So my dad decided to buy a solar light, which basically that doesn't really require energy because it gets like its energy from the sun, so it only turns on when it detects movement around like that area that needs to be lit up. So that's really we have cut off using paper towels at home. What we do in order to subsidize the paper towels at home is we use cloth towels, so as like the bag, like the transition, in order to help the environment a little bit more, which has been hard but I think like once we did get into the groove of like. So that is it for this video. If you know, obviously like my parents and I making this change contributes somewhat to the environment, but sadly it doesn't really affect the environment in like a huge way. So by sharing this video, you can make your friends and yourself and your family being more cautious of what we do to the environment, and the fact that like humans have destroyed the environment so much, and if we do want to fix it, we have to start by making a small change, you know. And that's basically what my family and I are trying to do. So that is it for today. If you did enjoy my video, please tell me down below if you have any questions, or if you would like to go, or at least like reduce your waste. Not completely go zero waste, but start to reduce your waste. And if you do any of these things, let me know how long you guys have been doing. If you guys have any new ideas how I can implement in order to help the environment and things like that, I will really okay. My family and I would really appreciate it if you guys left us your comments down below telling us how we can continue going and reducing our waste on a day-to-day life. And don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and tell them like, hey, like if we want a better planet for like our kids, like we need to start with us. Like, so don't forget to subscribe down below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.